Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual. You guys know the deal on this channel, man. We must continue to set the record straight, stop the lies, stop the narratives, stop them from rewriting history, hold these guys to the standard. And in this video, we're going to talk about Michael Jordan's time on the Washington Wizards and how Michael Jordan overachieved, man. He did not underachieve, man. Oftentimes, people refer to Michael Jordan's time on the Wizards as a negative, as Michael Jordan somehow being less, remembered for being less a version of himself, when in reality, Michael Jordan overachieved during his time on the Washington Wizards. We're going to talk about this video, guys. And I want to thank everyone out there, everyone across the states, man, everyone across the world. Thank you, guys. I am truly humbled, man, for real. Shout out to all the true basketball fans, everyone that's been commenting, liking my videos, subscribing to my channel. Like I said, guys, it means a lot, man. Thank you to all you guys out there, man. Truly, truly humbled. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, I wanted to do a brief video on Michael Jordan's time in the Wizards. Now, I've talked about Michael Jordan's time in the Wizards several times. I've done several videos on different aspects of Michael Jordan's time on the Wizards. But in this video, I just want to focus on the aspect of Michael Jordan somehow being an underachiever or somehow being a failure during that time in Washington. Because all of these years later now, you hear a lot of Michael Jordan detractors, mostly the Lebron James fan club members, the media. They always love to bring up Michael Jordan's time in Washington as a negative, like I said, as a failure on Michael Jordan's overall resume. Now, when we think about Michael Jordan's overall career, yes, this was not Air Jordan. This was not prime or peak Michael Jordan. This was not the Michael Jordan of the Chicago Bulls, the Michael Jordan that a lot of us grew up watching. However, once again, Michael Jordan still held on to himself. Like I said, did not lose the respect in Washington. Held on and played the same way with the same, like I said, love of the game that you could see on Michael Jordan, the same effort. All those things were there. No, the athleticism was not there any longer. The skills were a little bit not as polished because Michael Jordan was off for a couple of years. He was a little bit heavier, things of that nature. He was dealing with the knee injury, right? Oftentimes playing on one leg, right? We think about all those things. So yes, Michael Jordan was not Air Jordan. We all get that. But in this video, that's not what it's about. It's not about you believing or me saying that Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan on the Wizards. It's about the fact that people try to make it seem as if Michael Jordan's time on the Wizards was a negative on his overall career. And I do not believe it was. And many people who were there, who witnessed it, know that it was not like I said, a negative on Michael Jordan's career. It was not a failure. Oftentimes, you'll hear people talk about Michael Jordan not making the playoffs. Oh, Michael Jordan didn't make the playoffs on the Wizards. Once again, the expectations for the Washington Wizards when Michael Jordan arrived there was not to make the playoffs. Yes, it may have been the expectations of Michael Jordan, but in reality, that was not the expectations of anyone around the NBA. No one had the Washington Wizards being a playoff team that first year that Michael Jordan went there. Because in reality, the facts show that the Washington Wizards won 19 games the season before Michael Jordan arrived. 19 games. So this obviously shows you this is not a quality team. This team was far from being a playoff contender. So when people talk about Michael Jordan not making the quote-unquote playoffs in Washington, this was not him underachieving or because of Michael Jordan and him not playing up to snuff and the Washington Wizards did not make the playoffs. This wasn't Michael Jordan going to a playoff contending team and he was the reason they didn't make it, right? All we needed was Michael Jordan to go to the Wizards and now they're contenders. That was not the case, guys. So in that regard, they were not a failure, was not a underachieving. Also, when we think about Michael Jordan's overall resume and the aura that he brought to Washington, he was selling tickets. Let's not forget the Washington Wizards were sold out when Michael Jordan was there, right? Part of the reason why Michael Jordan came back was due to the love of the game and to show some of these other players, what it took to win, what it meant to be a winner, holding them to the standard, right, in practice. So you've often heard guys like Kwame Brown and Jerry Stackhouse talk about their time with Michael Jordan. It was difficult, the way that he interacted with these guys. Some of them, he rubbed them the wrong way because the intensity, the competitive fire of a Michael Jordan. Once again, holding these guys to a standard. Remember, if you don't want to play that way, then don't play that way. But when we think about guys like a Rip Hamilton, this is who someone helped. Michael Jordan helped someone like a Rip Hamilton out, showing Rip Hamilton what it took to be a winner. And you often hear Rip Hamilton talk about that time with Michael Jordan and what it meant on his overall career. If you remember, the following season, they would trade Rip Hamilton to the Detroit Pistons for Jerry Stackhouse, and Rip Hamilton will go on to be an NBA champion with the Detroit Pistons in the 2004 NBA season. And he often talks about the lessons he learned playing with Michael Jordan that year. Remember, Michael Jordan led by example. You often hear stories from guys like Brendan Hayward and Etan Thomas, Christian Laettner, talk about the time with Michael Jordan on the Washington Wizards and the effort that he gave. This is why Michael Jordan did not underachieve. And this is why Michael Jordan is still respected for his time in Washington. Because Michael Jordan still gave the effort, the hustle. Those things were still there. Those things show up on the video footage. This is not Michael Jordan looking like LeBron James out there standing around with his hands on his hips, biting his nails, blowing on his hands, sashaying, lollygagging, allowing his team to play 4-on-5 on the other end, walking back on court on defense. This is the same thing. Michael Jordan was out there hustling the Washington Wizards at age 39, 40 years old, giving the effort. You all know about the play on Ron Mercer when Ron Artest blocks Michael Jordan on one end, and then Michael Jordan hustles back on the other end and blocks Ron Mercer's layup attempt. That's the effort that Michael Jordan gave on a nightly basis. It wasn't something that was just, from here to there or sometimes and sometimes not there. It was consistent. This is the opposite of LeBron James. The consistency on the defensive end is not there. The effort consistently on the defensive end is not there. Michael Jordan kept the respect that he earned all of those years on Chicago, on the Wizards. Remember, Michael Jordan wasn't playing for the money or the fame, guys. Remember, he donated his salary to the victims of 9/11. He didn't have to do these things. He did that because he wasn't playing for the money. And Michael Jordan did a lot of these things that people don't talk about because Michael Jordan himself does not promote these things that he does. He does not look for the attention, the fanfare. He does these things just to do them, not for the attention that it may bring, not for the recognition, something that LeBron James clearly does. He does everything in his life for the recognition for doing these things. This is why LeBron James makes a spectacle of everything he does. Everything is a show for LeBron James. Because he must let you know what he's doing. If he's injured, he has to let you know he's injured, right? All these things, man. This LeBron James, that's not Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was playing for love of the game and to help a lot of those other players out on the Washington Wizards. And like I said, Michael Jordan did not underachieve in Washington. We've all known, I've said this many times, if there was a gimmick plane when Michael Jordan played on the Wizards would have made the plane both seasons. The Wizards improved from 19 games, to 37 games in Michael Jordan's first season. So that obviously shows you that Michael Jordan had an impact on the team. And when you look at the Wizards defensively, this is where Michael Jordan separates himself from a LeBron James at this advanced age. Because the impact that Michael Jordan had defensively on the other Washington Wizards on the court is really where they started to make a name for themselves. Late in that season, before Michael Jordan went down with the knee injury, the Washington Wizards were one of the better defensive teams in the league, guys. And that goes to Michael Jordan's leadership on the defensive end, the hustle intensity on the defensive end, right? Being a really good help defensive player, getting all the players on the same page. LeBron James, that's not the case. He's not leading by example. He needs other defensive guys behind him picking up the slack, right? So late in his career, late in his age, like he is right now, he needs someone like an Anthony Davis behind him picking up the slack. He needs the other guys picking up the slack. This is why LeBron James stands around on defense, walks up and down the court. This is what he does, right? He'll load manage, pick and choose when to play the games. Michael Jordan is out there giving the effort. Remember, Michael Jordan, his last year in the NBA, guys, at 39, 40 years old, averaged 37 minutes a game, played all 82 games. All 82 games, 37 minutes a game at 39, 40 years old, guys, giving the effort on both ends. Not standing around for those 37 minutes. He was giving the effort on both ends. The leadership, not walking off the court early, not trying to get the coaches fired, to get other guys traded. Remember, Michael Jordan could have easily came back and played for the Los Angeles Lakers and won a couple of cheap rings. Or he could have came back and tried to play for a contender like the San Antonio Spurs. But he didn't do these things. He came back and played for the Washington Wizards and once again did not underachieve and earned the respect of all the people out there. Let's not forget, Michael Jordan was still breaking hearts out there hitting game winners. I believe he hit about 3 or 4 game winners on the Washington Wizards while he was there. One against Cleveland. And I believe one against maybe the Phoenix Suns. And one against There was another team, but he has a couple of game winners on those couple of seasons in Washington. But Michael Jordan always carried himself with the integrity, the honor, the class, and he always held on to his respect. Always. He wasn't crying and moaning out there. Like I said, he wasn't loudly gagging. Michael Jordan gave the effort, man, and played with a love for the love of the game. Respected the fans, showed up to work every game. So you guys know the deal, man. Whenever they try to knock down Michael Jordan by saying Michael Jordan on the Wizards was this or Michael Jordan on the Wizards was that, the facts show, guys, that Michael Jordan was out there earning it. Never ducked the smoke, never ran away from the Vince Carters, the Kobe Bryants, the Tracy McGrady's, the Paul Pierces, the Latrell Sprewells. He didn't duck any of these guys, man. He went toe-to-toe with all the young talent that was in the league at that time, right? The Damon Stoudemires, the Stephon Marburys. He wasn't ducking any of these guys, the Allen Iversons. Michael Jordan was out there, man, playing against all these guys, giving the effort. This is why he earned the respect from all the players out there. Look at the reaction of all the players that Michael Jordan played with on the Washington Wizards. Look at all the teams that he went against. Look at the fanfare, man. Look at all the players. Like I'm saying, look at the players, guys. Look how they look at Michael Jordan with the respect because he earned it with the way he carried himself and the effort he gave on the court, man. Michael Jordan's time in Washington was not an underachieving, man. Michael Jordan overachieved on the Washington Wizards. He had that team competitive, man. And they learned from him. You guys know the deal, man. You guys know, man. Catch us on the next one.